Welcome to the second day of MPB Summer Learning Family Fun Days. Did you power up yesterday? I know I did. Thanks to our sponsors Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi and the W.K. Kellogg Foundation for helping MPB Education to make this event happen. If you have not registered yet, go to education.mpbonline.org to do so. We will send everyone who registers and participates a prize in the mail. We have a lot planned for today and the final day tomorrow. This event is being streamed live on Facebook at MPB Education and MPB, on MPB Twitter, MPB YouTube, MPB Education YouTube, and our new television channel, MPB Classroom TV. Let's power up for today. Our very own Ed Said is going to help us out today. Yesterday, we talked about growing and caring for our very own gardens, and Ed Said is brilliant about all of that. Today, Ed is going to take us on a fun journey in his world. The book of the week is Peat Moss and the Super Strong Spinach by Cynthia Wiley and Courtney Carbone. Get activity details at education.mpbonline.org. Have fun!
Hey guys, it's your pal Ed Said. What do you think we'll be talking about today? Dairy! That's right, we'll be talking about dairy till the cows come home. It shouldn't be too long. They just texted and said they're on their way.
Ed goes to school just like you, where he has to learn and study too. There's reading, science, math, and history, but he really loves learning how to be healthy. He's learning all about the best food for his plate, and he's learning that exercise helps him feel great. This healthy information with physical education, where he gets his inspiration and his motivation. We find him in conversation with his friends, participation in learning situations. Yeah, and his name is Ed, and this is what he said. He's Ed Said. What's in his head in form of a rhyme that you can learn and sing all the time, because it's not hocus pocus. Being healthy keeps you focused. We're in this together so we can all feel better, so you better be ready. And his name is not Eddie, he's Ed Said. What is the use? Ed Said. You got no excuse.
So, since we're talking about dairy products today, I figured what better place to start than a dairy farm. So I'm here today at Beeson Family Farm, and I'm here with my friend Shelby. He's a dairy farmer.
Hey everybody, that's right, Ed. All dairy products do come from milk. We're just about to go milk these cows. You want to come see?
Yeah, that sounds great. Let's go. Okay, so what is the first thing you do?
Well, after we gather them up out of the pasture into our holding area, we bring them into the parlor. We can milk 3 at a time. When we get them in there, they get to eat their feed while they're being milked. The first thing we do is we clean their udders and their teats, and then we put the milkers on. It takes about 5 or 6 minutes to milk a cow from start to finish.
So how much milk do you get from each of these cows?
They produce, on average, about 6 gallons per cow per day, around 3 gallons per milking.
Wow, these are some hard-working cows.
Yes, they are.
And then, where does the milk go once it comes out of the cow?
It goes into the claw, and then it has black pipe carried up overhead into a glass pipe. And it goes through that glass pipe into the next room, where it goes into a receiving jar.
Ooh.
Whenever that jar fills up, a pump comes on and pumps it through this pipe over into the holding tank.
Oh, what does it do in the holding tank?
Well, Ed, a cow's body temperature is 102 degrees. When that milk comes out of the cow, it's 102 degrees also. We want to store the milk about 38 degrees, so that tank cools the milk down to about 38 degrees.
Oh, that's cool. So it's just chilling in the tank, right?
Right.
So after it cools down, it goes into the bottles, and after it goes into the bottles, where does it go then?
Well, we send it out to restaurants and grocery stores all over the place. All the family pitches in to make all this happen.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, and we do it twice a day, every day. The cows, they never take a day off.
Well, what would cows even do on a day off? Go shopping?
Dairy products, there's so many to choose, and they're all so good there's no way to lose. Like tasty yogurt is good for your heart. Making cheese is like an art. Ice cream even plays its part, and milk is where they get their start. Include some dairy with a meal each day. It's good for you in so many ways.
When you have milk, yogurt, or your favorite cheese, it's full of calcium, protein, and vitamin D. It helps to make your bones so strong, so you can run and play all day long.
Breakfast time, I get my spoon and bowl and pour milk on top of my cereal. Slices of cheese on my sandwich for lunch, or granola in my yogurt for a creamy crunch. Packed with protein and calcium, plus vitamin D and magnesium. It gives you strong bones so you can run for miles, and healthy teeth for a beautiful smile.
When you have milk, yogurt, or your favorite cheese, it's full of calcium, protein, and vitamin D. It helps to make your bones so strong, so you can run and play all day long.
So many different kinds of dairy foods. Who knew cows were so talented? This has been Ed Said with a message for your head. There's no excuse. Put it to use. Bye, everybody.
Hello again, it's me, Jasmine. Thanks for coming back for today's activity. I saw the scarecrows you made yesterday for your garden. They are awesome and creative. Did you like the story, Pete Mouse and the super strong spinach? Do you like spinach? It makes you strong and keeps your brain and body powered up. Let's find out what else helps us to be super strong. Today you will need the following materials for this activity. You will need a magazine, or you can choose to draw it, colorful construction paper, crayons, glue stick, and scissors. Before we start this activity, I want to give you 4 fun facts. We know that when we're eating healthy, that there are 4 things that we need to include in our everyday meal. The first is proteins. Then we need our vegetables, fruits, and grains. So let's go over a list of foods for each category. For proteins, those are considered your meats. So that can be bacon, eggs, or chicken. Then you have your fruits. There are so many different fruits, and they're very tasteful and have different tastes as well. So you can have bananas, you can have strawberries, blueberries, mangoes, pineapples. And then we move on to our next group, which is grains. And grains help us build up fiber and keep us moving throughout the day. So some of the grains we have are rice, oats, as well as pasta and bread. And last but not least, we have vegetables. And there are so many vegetables that you can choose to incorporate in your meal. Some of those vegetables are cabbage, you have corn, you have tomatoes. It's whatever you choose. But of course, I couldn't forget spinach. Yes, spinach is also a vegetable. So what we're going to do today for our activity is make our own healthy plate. Okay, so to get started, what we're first going to do is what? Of course, draw plates and forks. So we're going to get our construction paper. And you can choose any color that you would like to make your plate. I'm going to choose green. So we're going to start out. And this is going to be a super fun activity to get you thinking about some healthy foods that you would either like to eat or something that you want to try this summer to stay powered up. So I'm going to get my green paper. And what we're going to do, of course, is make our plate. So you can use any shape that you would like. I'm going to use a circle. You can use a square. You can use a triangle. It's whatever you want it to be. Just be creative. So I'm going to start by first drawing a circle for my plate here. And of course, I will be using a marker so that you all can see what I'm drawing. So I have my circle, and I'm going to trace it. Okay. Get that line right. So now that we talked about some healthy foods, I'm very excited to see what 4 groups you choose to use on your plate. Okay, so we have our plate completed. And what we're going to also do, we have one circle, and I'm going to draw another circle for the outline of my plate. And this circle serves a very specific and important factor to the plate, okay? So I'm doing a double circle, and I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm using this circle for. All right, and so we're gonna outline it here. Okay. So now we have our circle, and we're gonna go, and of course, you can't eat a healthy meal without silverware, right? So I'm gonna draw a fork and a knife. You can choose to draw a spoon and knife or a spoon and fork. It's whatever you choose. So on the outside of the plate, I'm going to draw my fork, okay? So I'm gonna get me a nice big fork because I plan to eat a lot of healthy food. Here we go, I'm gonna draw my fork. Make sure I make it pretty big to put all of those vegetables and fruits and grains in my belly. All right? Gonna outline here. So I have my big fork, and now I'm gonna put in my big knife. Here we go, have my knife. And I'm gonna make it really big too. Here we go. Let's drop that. All right. I think I'm ready to eat, boys and girls. Getting my plate together. All right, so now that we have our plate, our fork, and our knife, I told you that the inside of the circle is going to be very important. So we know that there are 4 healthy groups of food that we have to include. So what we're going to do now is going to divide our plate into 4 parts, all right? So to do that, we're going to take one line straight down, and then we're going to take another line across, okay? You should make what looks like a lowercase t or X, depending on how you're looking at it. Okay, so you're gonna take a line down, and then you're gonna take a line across. All right, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Let me outline it here. So remember, the inside of your plate, we're just dividing off our 4 healthy foods. So you should have 4 triangles that you see, okay? So it should look something like this, just 4 triangles, right, on your plate. Now, for me, sometimes I forget, so what helps me to remember is that I'm gonna put letters in each triangle so I can remember what healthy foods to include. So you can put it in whatever order you like, but I'm gonna put like a V for vegetables, then another triangle, I'm gonna write a G, and then another triangle, I'm gonna write a P for proteins, and then I'm gonna add my fruit, okay? This is optional, you don't have to do it, but I know sometimes I forget. So to help me in making my healthy plate, I like to write just a little bit of abbreviations so I can remember. Okay, so now that we have that section off, we have our 4 healthy food groups. Now we're gonna get to the fun part, which is pulling all the healthy food that we would like to make for our healthy plate. So I have a magazine here. And what I'm gonna do for each category, so we talked about some foods for each category. You choose what your favorite is, or it could be a particular food that you would like to try this summer. So I'm gonna pull some of my favorites, and then I'm gonna show you. So to start with, I'm gonna start with my vegetables first. And I told you guys that my favorite vegetable is carrots. So I'm gonna see if this magazine has some carrots in it, which I think it does. Let's see. And it does. I have carrots. So I'm gonna take my scissors, and be sure that you have a parent or a guardian around you while you're cutting out your healthy foods, okay? So I'm gonna cut out my carrot here. A fun fact about carrots is that it's supposed to help your eyes stay strong as well. So you'll be very amazed at what all the different vegetables can do for your body. So I'm gonna finish cutting out my carrot. And if you don't have a magazine, that is fine. You can draw whichever vegetable that you want to include in your healthy plate, okay? So I'm gonna finish cutting out my carrot. Here. I'm almost finished. Does anybody else like to eat carrots like I do? I would love to see it on your plate if you do. Okay, so I have my carrot all cut out and ready to go. I'm going to sit that to the side. So that's one of my vegetables. And you can also choose to have more than one. So for each category, if you want to have more vegetables, you want to have more fruits, proteins, or grains, you can choose as many pictures as you like or as many pictures that you want to draw. So I am going to move on to, let's see, let's do the grains. What kind of grain can I eat or what do I like to eat? I see a picture. I think I want to draw some rice. Let's see, do I have any rice? I do, I have some rice. Okay, so I'm gonna take this picture. I'm gonna cut out a bowl of rice. Get my rice cut out. Here we go. I can't wait to see what you all chose for what grains you want to eat. So I have my rice and my carrot, which is my vegetable cut out. Let's see, do I want to add another grain? Let's see. I see a potato. But that'll be for my vegetables though. Let's see. Is there any other grain that I would like to add? I think I'm just gonna use rice and carrots for my vegetable. Okay, now we're gonna move on to fruits, okay? Let's see what fruit that I can add to my plate. I see a banana. I really want a strawberry because strawberries are my favorite fruit. Let's see if they have strawberries. I think we have some strawberries. Yes, we have a strawberry. So I'm gonna cut out a strawberry. And I'm gonna put that on my plate as well. Yay, got my strawberry. All right, I hope this strawberry is super sweet because I love super sweet strawberries. Okay, we have that cut out. I'm gonna lay that to the side. So what we're doing now, we're just cutting out all of the 4 healthy foods that we want to put on our plate. So I think I am finished. I have my vegetable, I have my fruit, I have my grain, and last thing I need is protein. And so my favorite protein is chicken. I love chicken. So I'm gonna cut out, have a picture here of a piece of chicken to add to my healthy plate. We're almost at the end, boys and girls. I can't wait to see what foods that you decided to put on your healthy plate or foods that you decide that you want to eat this summer to stay powered up. So I'm almost finished cutting out my chicken. All right, this is gonna be super cool to see. All right. So I have my chicken almost cut out, finishing up here. Okay. So I have all 4 groups for my plate. I have my vegetable, which is a carrot. I have strawberries, which is my fruit. And I have rice, which is my grain. And I have chicken, which is my protein. So now that I have all of the 4 healthy foods that I want to include in my plate, it's time to put it all together. So what we're going to do now is going to go back to our plate that we drew. And we're going to take those pictures and we're going to put them each in the right category, okay? So I'm going to start with my vegetable, which was the carrot. I chose carrot. So I'm going to glue my carrot down with my glue stick, okay? So I'm going to take a little glue. And remember, when we're working with glue sticks, once you put the glue on your paper, just press it down just a little bit to make sure that it'll stick. So we're going to put our carrots on here. And we're going to press it down just a little bit to make sure it sticks. All right. So I have my carrot. I'm going to let that sit and dry, okay? Just let it sit and dry. Now I'm going to move on to my grain, which I chose rice. I'm going to put that on my plate. All right. So we're going to do a little press, just a little bit. Press it down, make sure it sticks. All right, then I'm going to move on to my protein, which is chicken, because I love chicken. So I'm going to put that here on my protein. And I'm going to do a little press here. I'm going to press it down. Make sure it sticks. I think all of my other food items are sticking. And now I'm on to the last part, which is my fruit. And we all know that strawberries are my favorite fruit. So I'm going to glue that down here. Here we go. Little glue. I'm going to take it and we're going to place it on our plate. All right. So I'm going to let that sit for just a little bit until it dries. And if you like, you could take crayons if you want to add some color to your plate or your fork. You can add some color. I think I'm going to add a little color to mine while we let that just sit and dry so you can color in your fork whatever color you want it to be. I'm going to do a little color here to my fork. And then I can't wait to show you all my finished healthy plate. Coloring. Let's use another color for my knife. Let's use red, okay. Right, I'm almost finished decorating my plate. I think I have a very, very good, super healthy plate. Okay, so I have that colored in. And now I'm finished. So this is what your finished healthy plate should kind of look like, depending on what vegetables and protein and grains and fruit that you use. So here's my plate. And as I mentioned before, I have my vegetable, which is carrots. I have rice for my grain. And then I have chicken for my protein. And I have strawberries for my favorite fruit. Be sure to make sure that you send all of your healthy plates to our education website, which is education.mpbonline.org. I can't wait to see what you have on your healthy plate, and I hope that this summer that you stay powered up and your body stays super strong. Goodbye.
Hello, everyone. I'm your friend MPB. Have you joined the Kids Club yet? Ask your parent to sign up. You must be ages 4 to 12 to join. Kids Club members get all kinds of cool stuff, like membership cards and stickers, a monthly newsletter, a birthday card, shout-outs for your birthday on television and the webpage, and even invites to super special club members only events. To join, visit education.mpbonline.org.
Did you enjoy the book? And isn't Ed Said a cool guy? He can rap, and he knows a lot about how to be healthy and strong. I'm glad Ed was here to power up with us today. Don't forget to ask your parent to post your activity on social media and tag MPB Education. See you tomorrow at 10:30 for our final day of fun. Full steam ahead.